Most people stop fishing when the swell gets this big, but today you'll find out exactly where the fish move to when the ocean turns wild. So the waves the last couple of days have been coming up here, right up over here, and look how it's flattened all this grass and reeds out. That's been coming whoosh, right up there. It's been a big swell. Biggest one I think they've said in about 20 or 30 years. 11 metres. Pretty big. There we go, a nice cunjevoi bait. Beautiful big bait for a beautiful big fish. Well, let's hope so. Okay, let's see if there's any bream out there. Wait for a break. Out there now. Step back. Bite. Look at that coming way up here. Yeah, I might have taken my bait. Definitely baited. Okay, let's try again. Maybe a bit smaller bait this time. They might not pick it off, they might just swallow it. There we go. Alright, this is the second cast. And the waves keep rolling in. It's amazing to think this is about 3 metres to 4 metres smaller than it was yesterday or the day before. A bit of kelp getting caught around the line. Feels like a fish. Get him on the wave, he'll be pounded. What do we got? The bream. Okay. Go. Nice bream taken on the cunjevoi. Your little ripper.
If you're liking what you see, hit the subscribe button now.
Okay, let's get another bait out. I've got a bite first cast, bream second cast. Wait till these waves abate a bit and then I'll move down and cast out. It's really like a washing machine in the cyclone out there. Alright. Cast this out. This goes to show these fish can handle some pretty rough conditions. Can you imagine the current out there? But I suppose that's their environment and they go with the flow. I suppose they learn how not to get smashed up against the rocks. Almost sunrise. Now it's settled right down for the moment, till the next sets come through. There's a bite, had a bite. Another one. If I don't get another bite in a sec, I'll have to bring it in and check it, because I think it might be gone. Definitely picked off. So I'm using 3/0 suicide hook today. I've got some heavy line on there because there's pretty rough conditions out there. Get another bit of cunjie out. Okay, another bit of cunjie. Today I'm using my Surf 60 Alby reel. Pretty hardy reel. Heavy line. I think it's about 40-pound line, so it's pretty solid line. So I shouldn't have any trouble getting the fish in, except it's just the abrasion on the rocks that is probably the biggest concern. Watching a couple of sooty oyster catchers over here. They're even having to run away from these big waves, and they're always on the rocks, and so they know the swell pretty well, but I think a couple of these waves are even surprising them. Now the sun's up, have a look at the white water out there. It's just a massive foam on top of the water. I bet there's snapper out there too, probably out a little bit further. My last cast was a little bit close to the shore, and it so stirred up, it got tangled up. My lines got all tangled up. I've just put another swivel on, which I should have had on earlier. Just a very small swivel, right up the line, as far up as I can get it without interfering with my rig. So I've got my hook, trace, swivel, a big swivel. Now I've got a running swivel with the sinker on it, and then this tiny little one. You've got to use the smallest swivel as you can. They're the most efficient. Alright, I've got a break in the wave. Make sure I cast this out further. Better. This time I'll expect a fish. Again, it's washed in fairly quickly, but you think there'd be fish right along the edge here. You've got water rushing down here and out there. I don't know whether they're small bites or whether it's just bouncing across the rocks. Oh, I've got a couple of kelp. Nobody said this was going to be easy. About where I want it. Although you'd think there'd be fish moving all over the place looking for food here. Oh damn, I missed him. Alright, missed the last one. Let's get it out in the water again and see what we can catch this time, surely. Big wave coming. Alright, another cast. See if I can They are so hard to hook. It's picking that bait off. This is tough fishing. Between the kelp, the power of the swell, the weed and that getting caught around the line, and the fish picking at the bait, any fish you catch is really much appreciated. As the waves come up and they roll back, you can hear the boulders rolling over each other. There's a bite. Well, that couple of bites I had, I wonder whether my bait's still intact. Cunje's a very soft bait, so it's easily picked off by the fish. Let's check it. Picked off. Get another one out. There we go, that's a good solid bait. Might be too big. So all that cunje is washed off these rocks right around here, and just that continual wave actually just pushed it up onto the beach. So it makes it easy picking. Right, another cunje bait out. Swell's pumping in still. I think it's around about high tide. See if I can hook one without it knocking my bait off. It's getting a bit frustrating. Alright. This time, take up that slack quickly before the pickers knock it off. Got to be careful on these rocks here too, because you could easily roll your ankle if you're not careful. You can see weed around the line already. There's a bite. Oh, I think I got him this time. Oh, he didn't go. Right at the edge. Is it a bream? No, it's a blackfish, a luderick or luderick. That's why he's picking at the bait, that's how they do it. A nice luderick too. Ooh. It's a nice fish. Very slippery. Very good. I love these things to eat, they're beautiful. There we go, 36 and a half. Yeah, 36 and a half. Look at the size of the waves out the back there. Let's step back and wait for them to pass. This one here was the one before and it was big, as is the next one, but they're breaking, so a lot of the energy is dispersing. It's not like being on a rock ledge where the waves lift up and just come over. I mean, you wouldn't have a hope. They lift big rocks up, these waves at times. Just wait till this next one goes and then we'll go and cast. That's wild out there. One of the problems I have is there's weed gets caught around the line, and then the power of the waves just grabs hold of the wheel and pushes your line right in towards the shore, and sometimes it can happen fairly quickly. When you're using an algae reel, it's not a matter of just winding the handle. You've got to guide the line across your spool, otherwise it'll all end up in one spot. So you automatic, my finger moves backwards and forwards. But you get used to it after a while, and Don't have to think about it, you just automatically do it. Yes, I think I'm on again. Got him on that wave. Oh, we got a bream. Another bream right in face. Yes, that's what I'm after. Although I don't knock back a blackfish, I don't knock back a luteric. Not big, but gee, they can handle that. I mean, that's rough out there, and they handle it quite well. That's nice, another bream. It's an enjoyable morning, and just got to keep your eye on the waves. I can see them in the camera behind me, but I am pretty damn high. The waves haven't been up here since like 2 days ago, so it's relatively safe, but still you got to keep your eye on it, because you never know when that freak wave might come through, or a combination of two swells coming together. So yeah, the cunjie's working well, the alby's working well, the weed's frustrating. The current, when it gets hold of the weed on your line, can drag your line in quickly, so that's a bit of a pain. It's a challenge, but when you catch a fish, you really appreciate it. Those pickers are again. I don't know whether they're luteric or what they are. They're really light touches. Not so much like a bream. There could be rubbish fish out there as well. They don't have to be poor quality fish, although they're the only ones I've caught. Well, I just had to re-rig because I got snagged, but I put a 2.0 hook on this time, slightly smaller, and we'll just have to see how that performs. See if we can hook the fish instead of them taking the bait all the time. New rig, see how we go. See if it gets the fish hooking up every time. That would be nice. So as a sinker, I'm using spoon sinkers. I like them because they sort of sit on their belly, and when you pull them, they actually lift off the bottom fairly quickly, and you get snagged a lot less than you do with other sinkers. You would never use a star sinker out here. So you get caught up all the time, I'd reckon. Okay. Surely it's got it in his mouth. Yep. Feels a little bit different. It's another blackfish. Yee-hoo! A nice fish too. Go, another nice blackfish. Cunjie again. And I cast a little bit closer to the rocks that time. The breeze has picked up a bit. by that again over there. The swell's settling down a bit now the tide's going out. There'll still be some decent sets come through, I'm sure. Hopefully the baits won't get pummeled as much now the swell's abating. Doesn't mean the fish won't knock it off. Like the little bite. Ooh. I've got something. That was a smaller bait. Okay. Probably a better idea to use the smaller ones. Another luderick or luderick or blackfish. Smaller baits, obviously the go.
If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to get notified of all the latest videos.
Rocks, they roll out from under your feet, and yeah, gotta be a bit careful. And walking backwards probably not a good option. Another bite. This is a smaller bait, hopefully we'll get it down. Yes! Keep coming. There we go, another luderick. Alright, that's luderick number 4. So they've only got a small mouth for the size of the fish, really, but you know, like most fish, they'll suck in bait if they want it. It's a very light colour. Alright, another smaller bait. Oh. That was very quick. There's a wave. Yes, nice. Another luderick. 3 in a row. The smaller bait will catch these, but it's probably not going to catch a bigger fish. There we go, another nice blooderick. That's blooderick number 5. Okay, since going to that smaller hook and smaller bait, I caught 3 in a row. Yes, on again. Oh, I lost him, damn. Oh well, get another bait out. Alright, I lost that one, but hopefully I can hook another one and get it in. Get him in. Oh, he's heading for the rocks. We got a little drummer. Oh, there you go. 3rd species. These are nice fish too. Nice little drummer. They've got to be 30 centimetres, but I think he'll make the grade. Your little ripper. There. Yep, 30. 31, get a little ripper. I'm sort of expecting to get bites now. My expectations are not about waiting, it's about when to strike. Right, another small bait out. Oh, yes. I think if you get it in the zone, a fair chance of hooking something. I never know what I'm going to have. It's another drummer, is it? A little bit bigger than the last one. There you go. It was bream. I started with bream, then luderick or luderick, and now drummer have moved in. I'm not complaining. I love them all. God, they're a nice fish. They're a solid fish though. They're powerful. Hook came out easily. Alright, another cast. Take up the slack. It's important when you're fishing like this to keep the tension on the line, otherwise it can get tangled around rocks and there's just less chance of snagging if you keep the tension on. But not too hard that you're going to drag it into the rock, just to keep the line up off the bottom as best you can. Alright, make this the last cast. I've had a good morning. If you like what you're seeing today, hit the subscribe button, like and share, be much appreciated, and we'll continue to bring you more of these little fishing adventures. You never know where I'm going to end up. It's been a good morning. I achieved what I came to do, and that was to catch a couple of bream, but also had a bonus of 5 blackfish and 2 drummer. So that gave me a total of 9 fish. So we'll be eating fish all week, thank goodness. I love it, especially drummer and luteric and bream. They're all beautiful fish. But if you like what you see, remember to subscribe, like and share, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.